Hello student. In last lecture we discuss about the Arduino. Arduino is an open source electronics platform based on easy to use hardware. And in this lecture we will see further about the Arduino, how we can use the Arduino for many type of application. So Arduino can do many things, and these are the features for the Arduino. Okay, so now today we discuss about the full about the Arduino, what is Arduino and how we can use the Arduino. Okay, so this is the basic diagram of Arduino board. Okay, so this is very important diagram. Every single detail is important for us because if we want to use the Arduino, then definitely we have to have a knowledge about the each pin of the Arduino. Okay, so start with this USB. Okay, so this is the USB port where we can insert the our USB data cable. Sorry, not a USB directly data cable. Arduino come with a special data cable, which one side have a USB and another side is a port which is only can connect with the Arduino board. Okay, so this is the USB where we can connect the cable, and we can transfer the data. Also, we can program it, and also we can power it. Okay, so if we don't have any power adapter, then we can power it via USB. Okay, then this is a SV1. So this is a some type of LEDs are there indicating LEDs. Then this is a push button, and main important thing is this pins. Okay, so these are some power pins. This is a 5 volt, this is two ground pins, and this is a 9 volt pin. So whatever the supply we have, we can give it to these pins. Okay, then we have a analog pin, 0 to 5 analog pin, so we have a 6 analog pin. Okay, then here we have a AREF. What is AREF and all, you will know when we discuss in detail. Okay, so don't worry about it. Then we have a ground pin, then we have a data pins, digital pins. Okay, so these all are the digital pins. Okay, so these are many, we have a many digital pins are there. Okay, in a 2 to 13 are all the digital pins. Okay, so then we have a TX and RX pin. So this TX RX is used when we want to communicate with the another Arduino, or we can say that when we want to transmit or receive data from any other type of IoT device. Okay, so and this is central processing, or we can say the CPU, or mind, or we can say the heart of the Arduino. Okay, so then we have a reset button and all. Okay, so this is one basic diagram of the Arduino board. Okay, so this is the some important things which are included in the Arduino board: analog reference pin, first pin, then digital ground we have, then this is a first pin, then from digital pins, second to 13 are green digital pins. Digital pins 0 to 1, serial in, serial out, TXRX, and these pins cannot be used for digital IO, digital read and digital write if you are also using a serial communication. So if you use the serial communication, then we cannot use this pin for a digital as a digital input output pin. Okay, so if we don't need the TXRX or serial communication, then we definitely use the 0 and 1 pin for input output. Okay, so reset button are there, so we can reset the whole Arduino board. In circuit serial programmer, we can use the serial programmer. Okay, so analog pins are there, 6 analog pins. Then we have a power and ground pins. External power supply is also, we can connect the external power supply X1. This is the external power supply port. We can connect it a 9 to 12 volt adapter. Okay, so toggles external power and USB power. Place a jumper on the two pins closest to the desired supply. Okay, SV1 purple. USB port is also there. Okay, so these are some important pins for in the Arduino board. Okay, so now what is the digital pin? In addition to specific function listed below, digital pins on Arduino board can be used for general purpose input output via pin mode and digital read and digital write. So these are the command. Okay, so what is this pin mode and why this bracket is put and why digital read and why this M, R and W is in capital letters. So these are the syntax of command. Okay, so whenever we write the program for Arduino in so in that particular case we use these commands. Okay, so we have to exactly use this syntax, because if we change this syntax, then this command will not acceptable and it will program will give you error. Okay, so each pin has a internal pull up registers, so which can be turned on or off using the digital write. So when the pin is configured as an input, the maximum current per pin is a 14 milliampere. So it is only for low power things. So our if we want more power, then we can connect some external chips that can enables the high power output. Okay, so so now what is a serial? Serial communication is there. So 0 is for RX and 1 pin is for TX. So 0 and 1 pin is for RX TX, and used to receive it means that's RX, and transmit it means that TX. Okay, so TTL serial data are there, and on the Arduino board these pins are connected to the corresponding pins of the FTDI USB to TTL serial chip. So we can program Arduino by using the USB port, or also we can program it by using this RX and TX pin. Okay, so on the Arduino BT, they are connected to the corresponding pins of WT1 Bluetooth module. So when we use the Bluetooth module with the Arduino, then they connected to the corresponding pin of WT11 Bluetooth module. On the Arduino Mini and Lilipad Arduino, they are intended for use with the external TTL serial module. So basically Arduino has a many type. Okay, Arduino Uno is a basic type, then we have Arduino Mini, so it is in a small size compared to the Uno. Then we have a Arduino Lilipad, so each Arduino have is its unique application. Okay, so in further lecture we will see what is the or if it is not in the syllabus of your syllabus, then we will discuss when we meet in the college. Okay, so we have a IoT lab in our college, so there are all type of Arduino are there. Okay, so you can visit the lab and see how Arduino can work and how we can use the Arduino. Okay, so during the lab session of IoT you can definitely visit the our college lab. Okay, so they are intended for use with the external TTL serial module, the mini USB adapter. So now interrupts are very important. So external interrupts are that 2 and 3 pin is for interrupts. These pins can be configured to trigger an interrupt on a low value, rising or falling edge, or a change in value. See the attach interrupt function for details. Okay, so if you want to interrupt anything that is running in the program, then we can use these interrupts. Okay, external interrupts. Then we have a PWM pin. PWM is for pulse width modulation, and 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11 pins are for there for the PWM. 8-bit PWM output with the analog write function is that. So whenever we want a PWM type of output, then we use this, or we can say that whenever we have an analog type of signal, then we use the PWM. So on board with the Atmega 8 PWM output is available only on the pin 9, 10 and 11. So if you use the Atmega board, then only pin 9, 10 and 11 is for the PWM. Then BT reset is a button reset, Arduino BT only connected to the reset line of Bluetooth module. Sorry, it is for Bluetooth reset. Okay. So then SPI, which is a these pins are support for this is a pin number 10, 11, 12 and 13. So SS, MOSI, MISO and SCK. Okay, so this is for serial protocol interface and communication, which although provided by underlying hardware is not currently included in the Arduino language. Okay, so uh, there is one LED which is connected with the pin number 13 on the dilemma and the uh, lily pad. There is an built-in LED connected to the digital pin 13. When the pin is high value, the LED is on, and when pin is low, LED is off. Okay, so also this LED indicates that the Arduino has connected with the power or not. Okay, so then we have analog pins. So in addition to the specific function listed below, the analog input pins support the 10-bit analog to digital conversion ADC using the analog read function. Most of the analog inputs can also be used as a digital pins. Analog input 0 as a digital pin 14 through the analog input 5 as a digital pin 19. So analog inputs 6 and 7 present on the mini and BT uh, cannot be used as a digital pin. Okay, so in mini and BT we cannot use the pin number 6 and 7 for a digital purpose. Okay, so most of the analog inputs can also be used as a digital pin. Okay, so analog input also we can read from the digital pins, or we can say that the analog pins can be also used for the digital one. Okay, so these are the some analog pins, because sometimes when sensor is such a type that it give the analog output, then in that particular case we have to receive that sensor data on the analog pin, because we cannot read from the digital pin. Okay, so then we have a power pins. V in the input voltage to the Arduino board when it is using an external power source 9 volt. So you can supply voltage through this pin, or if supplying voltage via power jack, access it through this pin. Okay, so in pin is there, and we can also have this power from the in pin. If we connect the jack, power jack is connected to the Arduino, then and then if we want a 6 volt or a 9 volt supply from the Arduino, then we can take it from the in pin. Okay, so not that different boards accept the different input voltage ranges. And okay, so there please see the documentation for your board. Okay, so whatever you board you use, first see the data sheet of that particular Arduino, so you have all the ideas that what kind of pins are there, and what should you do and what should not you do for with the board. Okay, so whenever you use the new device, always read the data sheet of that board first. Okay. So last we have something remaining, that the we have a 5 volt the regulated power supply used to power the microcontroller and other components on the board. This can come either from within via an onboard regulator, or to be supplied by the USB. So if USB is connected, then our Arduino board have a 5 volt source supply. Okay, so and also we have a 3v3 supply, and which is a 3.3 volt supply generated by the onboard FTDI chip. And this supply is used for some type of sensors. Okay, some type of sensor is need the power. So whenever such type of sensor is interface with the Arduino, then we will give the power from this 3.3 volt pin. Okay, so then we have a ground pins. So there are 3 to 4 ground pin, I think. So whenever we want a ground, then we can use that. Also we can connect multiple pins to this with the one pin of ground. Okay, so it does not create any problem. Okay, so other pins are there. AREF, which is a reference voltage for the analog inputs, not currently supported by the Arduino software. Okay, so this is only for knowledge. Then we have a reset pin, brings this line low to reset the microcontroller. So if we want to reset the microcontroller, then we simply press the pin. We simply press the button on the reset. But what will this button do? That it will low the input. Okay, so typically used to add a reset button to shield which block one on the board. Okay, so it has a 14 digital input output pins, of which 6 can be used as a PWM output and 6 analog inputs, and a 16 megahertz crystal oscillator, USB connection, power jack, and ICP header and reset button. So board can operate on a external supply of 6 to 20 volt if supplied with the less than 7 volt. However, the 5 volt pin may supply less than the 5 volts, and the board may be unstable. So if using more than 12 volt, the voltage regulator may overheat and damage the board. Okay, so recommended voltage is 7 to 10 volt only. So whatever you supply, you use, always keep in mind that voltage should not be lower the 7 volt and not the upper than the 12 volt. So Arduino, RC programming is done by the can be use the IDE software. So if you want to program the Arduino, then you can use the IDE software, which Google it, what IDE software, then you will get the IDE software. Then connect the Arduino by using this USB cable and then program it. The microcontroller on the board will come with a pre-burned by a bootloader that permit to upload a fresh code without using any external hardware programmer. So we don't need any programmer, hardware programmer. Directly connect the USB and directly program it. The communication of this can be done by using the protocol like STK500. So we can also upload the program in microcontroller by avoiding the boot loader, using a header like in circuit serial programming. So we can also program it by using the RxTXP. Okay, so this is it for the Arduino, and in next lecture we will see the Raspberry Pi. Because your syllabus does not have a programming of the Arduino, so we only studied the basic thing of Arduino. But if you want to study the what kind of program we can do, then you can search the YouTube, that basic program of Arduino, then you will get many programs. Okay, and if you come at lab, then we will further we will do on the hardware. Okay, Arduino. Okay, so this is it for today. If you have any doubt, then you can comment it down. Thank you.